Hey, what's up? So I'm making a video today like usual and I'm going to write a song. So let's get into that. I have a Logic Pro X or 10 or whatever session open and I just kind of use a template. I have a bunch of guitar tracks with bias amp 2 loaded and a bass track with bias amp 2 loaded. And then I have a drum loop that I have loaded and I just kind of use that to track and keep time with because the little click track thing going bing, bing, bing is really annoying, so I like the drums. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I came up with a riff ahead of time, and I'm just going to kind of go through it. I usually do pretty much a standard song format, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, repeat that 3 times, done. So once I come up with 3 little riffs to go together, I have a song. Yeah, last time I was filming, I realized that if I aim my camera kind of this way, it looks okay. And if I aim it from slightly at a different angle, it looks like complete garbage. The last video, I came out the next day, just set it up slightly off, and it looked terrible. So I'm trying to get it in the right place. I'm not sure if I have it now. It's kind of hard to tell in my little viewfinder, so I'm just going to hope for the best. Yeah, let's get into this. And I already forget my riff. Crap. No. No. B flat. Okay, just kind of refreshing it in my head. Let's actually try and record this. So what I'm going to do is I'll record the guitar first. So I do a left track and then a right track. They both have slightly different amp models on. And then usually for the choruses, I'll triple and quadruple it up just to kind of make it a little bit thicker. And then I usually do a solo and or the bass first, whichever I feel like. And then I add drums later, which I do on my electronic drum set. That's like a homemade kit. It has a Yamaha DTX as the module. And then I'm running it into my computer. I just kind of have some monitoring sounds for when I'm actually recording it that are non-intensive on the computer. And then after the fact, I'll load Superior Drummer 3 and I have a couple presets I like to use. So that's that. Okay, now I'm going to record. All right, so that took me 2 tries, but I got it. So now I'm going to move on and do the choruses, so I'm going to triple and quadruple those. I actually might see if I can do a lead part or something too, just a little guitar melody, but I may not keep it, so let's just see. But okay, I'm going to do the rest of these choruses first. So, okay, now I'm going to do the melody thing that I, kind of think I should do, but I may not actually keep. Let's just try it. All right, so I already have something. It's just a little arpeggio there. Okay, so I'm also going to double that up. So the only part I'm not going to put it under is where I'm probably going to put a guitar solo here, so I'm just going to leave that blank. But the rest of it's going to have that little guitar melody going, so it'll just kind of like work with whatever I happen to do for the vocals, which I'll probably end up recording those tomorrow, but still, now I have something underneath that I can kind of work with. So let's actually do the guitar solo. This should be an easy solo. I'm just going to do like, I mean, it's just A minor. Yeah, you get the idea. So I'm just going to hit record and do something. That was good. Okay, so yeah, ended on the 5th there. So, okay, now we have bass guitar to do, so I'm going to do that. What the hell did I play? So, okay, now I'm going to have to do the drums, so let me reposition the camera and all that fun stuff, and then I'll get back to you and we'll do that. Okay, so here we are at the drum set. These are my sounds, which I use to just kind of like monitor it until I put the final actual sounds on. So, yeah, I'm going to just kind of like run through this and map stuff out in my head, and then I'll do it for real. Alright, so I'm going to give this a shot. I just tried to run through a couple times, and I think I got something to work, so I may screw up 2 or 3 times, but I'll just kind of like edit in the last time through. So here we go. So the drums are done. Like the last video I did, I'm going to probably do the vocals tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Fart noises. For no reason. Alright, what's going on? So it's the next day. It's a little cold in here, so I have these stupid fingerless gloves on. And I just came up with a chorus melody. I mumbled random stuff in the melody over the chorus, so I don't forget it. And I'm going to have to do the same for the pre-chorus and the verse. So I'll just kind of show you what I have here. And like I said, there's no words here. It's just me, like, making noise. So that happens over the chorus, and I have yet to figure out the pre-chorus and the verse. So I'm just going to randomly, like, improvise things and mumble stuff and come up with a melody, and then I'm going to write words to it. As far as the lyrics go, when I usually write stuff, it's not really about anything in particular. What I usually do is I just kind of like picture something in my head, like a TV show or something I saw the night before, and I just kind of like write about it. And it's kind of vague and just kind of whatever, and you know, it's kind of up to the listener to interpret whatever their meaning is into it. So yeah, that's what I do anyway. So yeah, I'm going to shut the camera off, and then I'll get right back to you after I have some actual things to show you, like, you know, vocals. Okay, so I have lyrics. Now it's time to practice them and sound really bad for a little bit. Yeah, I think I got it. This is a little bit considerably easier than the last one I did, which had way more lyrics. So I should be able to get through this. I can't do it in one shot because I made it so that the pre-chorus and the chorus like overlap. So the end of the pre-chorus goes right over the beginning of the verse, or sorry, the chorus. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut and splice those in. But yeah, I should be good. I should be able to do the verse into the pre-chorus, and then I'll stop, and then I'll do the choruses. Now I just got to practice it a couple times. So I'm just going to like run through this couple times in my head to kind of half memorize it. I'm not really gonna, because I suck at remembering lyrics, but just enough to like sing it while I'm reading this. And then yeah, so let me just kind of do that. This isn't recording, I'm just kind of like practicing this, and I'm probably gonna sound bad for a little bit, so deal with it. Not sure what to do there, so I'm kind of like hesitating on it. Let me see. Kind of want to do like a little like vocal fry thing over it, but it's kind of hard to get into it. I'm not sure if that sounds good. So yeah, the vocal fry thing, it actually kind of sounds like a scream, like once I added like a little bit of a compression and reverb onto it. So that, you know, I mean, a fry scream is actually, you know, what you do. So yeah, like that kind of noise. It actually works really well. I just got to see if I can get it to kick in at the right time, because it's like a little weird on that note. But here we go. I'm going to just try this, because why not? I'm ready. Hold steady. Silently, right nightly, smart enough to see what might be planned. Will I learn to love you in spite of your lies? Yeah, when I finish this, like, I'm just going to automate a little bit of compression, a little bit of reverb, and sometimes you can put, there's a plugin on here called Clip Distortion, and it doesn't add a lot of distortion. It just kind of like has a little tiny bit of grit, and it sounds like you're screaming your face off. So that right now sounds pretty wimpy, but once I add that stuff to it, it'll be pretty crazy. So yeah, you'll see that in the final product because I'm going to splice everything together. So I'm playing on split screens, like, you know, one big band. So you'll see that. All right, now for the second verse, I guess. So tired, expired, damn liar, that admire, to see what might be blessed. I learn to love you, style, Okay, now that's done. I said that really weird. Okay, so now I got to do the choruses. Let me make a new track. And I'll just practice this. My lyrics are so hard to read because I write these so fast. I really gotta work on that. All right, I think I'm gonna do this for real. Might take 1 or 2 tries, but I'll get it. Yes. Okay, now the second one. That was okay. Ugh, there's like this weird noise in the cymbals. It's like this cheap drum program that I'm using to just like track the sounds when I'm playing. I haven't changed it over yet, so the cymbals, like when you play like fast, they just get this like whoosh, whoosh, swishy sound that's really obnoxious. I'm going to do a second and then a third chorus. Or like a dub underneath of that. But now that I've sang it a couple times, usually the muscle memory is okay, so I can do it like easily. So, okay, first one. Just said when death will free us. That is not the line. Woo, I went somewhere dark there. Wow. The line is when truth will free us, but it's actually because my writing is so terrible that it actually looked like that. Okay. Still slightly flat on that one, but I'm gonna like have these buried anyway. So the main one is the one that really has to be in. These can be like slightly off, and it actually helps it because it gives it just like this like slightly bigger sound because it sounds like multiple people singing, which I mean it kind of is, but it's like perfectly on pitch. You can't tell, but if it's like slightly ugly on the dubs, it actually helps it a little bit. I pan them left and right about halfway, and then I turn them down to like minus 10 dB or something like that. So it's like they're pretty low, and they just kind of like give it a little extra oomph when you're hitting the chorus parts. Okay, so last chorus, and if I can just remember this thing is double, it'll be good.
Been coming off this side, fall with my eyes closed. Why do we always lie when truth will free us?
There we go. Now I just got to do the third one. So yeah, also when I'm stacking these, I've mentioned it in other videos where I was doing this. Right now they're all pan center and they're the exact same volume. So as I stack these on top of each other, they start to get all weird and chorusy and everything. And it's just because they're all at the exact same spot. You have to get used to it when you're recording it. But then like once I pan them and like separate them, then it'll sound good. If they kind of like half line up, like I think they are right now, that doesn't sound too offensive. So I know I'm like, pretty decently in key. Okay, now let's do the third one anyway. Yeah, that's it. So I'm not going to do any harmonies. That should be randomly play. That should be the end product. Yeah, so like I said, they're just like slightly off from each other, but it's not really like offensive or anything. It's just kind of like you can hear it and it's like a little bit in your ear. But once I pan these and turn them down a little bit, it'll sound awesome. Yeah, so I'm just gonna run these through. Normally with the vocals, what I do is I put an EQ. No, I don't put an EQ first. I put a compressor first. It's like it's a 4-to-1 ratio, pretty slow release and a fast attack and soft knee. And it has like a little setting where you can put like an overdrive setting on it. I do that for like the main vocals, so like the verse and then the first chorus track that I recorded, I'll turn that on. Just gives it a little more oomph and a little more harmonic resonance, I guess. And then the other ones, I'll just kind of like not turn that on. Kind of just helps bury them in the mix. Yeah, then I put an EQ on and I just kind of chop the highs and lows, nothing else. It depends on the person, but if someone else was singing this mic, I might EQ them a little bit. But I actually think my voice works well with this mic, which is why I have it. So I don't even really have to EQ anything. It's also just a cheap piece of crap, so that works out. And then I have a reverb plugin that I put on. It's just a stock reverb plugin, and it's a Chromaverb or something in Logic. And I put it on as a stereo setting, so it splits like mono to stereo, and that just gives these like a much wider stereo field, and they sound a little bit bigger. So that's it. So I'm going to mix this down, and then I'm going to put all of it together, and then you're going to see me playing all of the instruments and singing all of the parts at the same time, and it'll sound like a song. And I'm also going to put the actual drum sounds on that I want, because these current ones suck. So yeah,